Okay guys, today we're going to be adding and subtracting rational polynomials expressions. Now these are done basically the same, just like multiplying and dividing were. But we're going to start with adding. So the first thing we need to do is example 1 is 7 over p plus 4 plus 3 over p minus 2. Notice that the denominators are not the same. If the denominators are not the same, we have to get a common denominator. We do this by putting p minus 2 in this denominator and putting p plus 4 in this denominator. Notice, however, if we put this in the denominator here, then we must also multiply the numerator by it. By the same token, if we put p minus 2 in this denominator, we have to multiply by p minus 2 in the numerator. We multiply in 7 times p gives us 7p, and 7 times negative 2 gives us negative 14. 3 times p gives us 3p, and 3 times 4 gives us 12. Now we have common denominators, so we can combine them into one denominator and then combine our like terms. 7p plus 3p gives us 10p. And negative 14 plus 12 gives us negative 2. We have a denominator. Notice we can take a 2 out of the 10p minus 2. So we do that and we get 2 times 5p minus 1. We have to remember, however, that we have some numbers that we cannot use. P cannot be negative 4 and p cannot be positive 2. So p cannot be 2 or negative 4 because those numbers would make our denominator 0. Good luck. Oh, sorry. That's example 1. Let's look at example 2. But you know me, that's the easy one. And y'all hate when I just give you easy ones. So let's look at example 2. Example 2 here, a little bit more complicated because the denominators need to be factored. We go ahead and factor them out. X minus 3 times x minus 5 times x plus 3 is this factored. X minus 7 times x plus 3 is that factored. And I factored in a 2 times x minus 1, which gives me 2x minus 2. That's going to help us in the next step where we have to multiply by the common denominator. So notice what we have here. We first bring down what we have in common. We have an x plus 3 and an x plus 3. So we bring that down first. Then we say, what else are we missing? Well, this one needs an x minus 5 and this one has an x minus 7. So do I have everything that is in these? Yep. So here's my x plus 3. And so therefore I'm missing, what am I missing from here that I have down here? Well, this denominator is missing an x minus 7. So I have to put one up here. That's why this x minus 7 is here. I put it here and here. So I have an x minus 7 here to make this look the same. Therefore, I have to put an x minus 7 up here. In this one, I'm missing an x minus 5 in the denominator. So I have to put an x minus 5 in this numerator. Notice I'm not changing the number. I'm multiplying by x minus 5 over x minus 5, which is simply 1. Now that we get to this next step, we multiply in and multiply these two binomials together. 4x times x gives me 4x squared. 4x times negative 7 gives me negative 28x. Then we have to do our distributive property. 2x times x gives me 2x squared. 2x times negative 5 gives me negative 10x. Negative 2 times x gives me negative 2x. And negative 2 times negative 5 gives me positive 10. Now this is a huge long expression here, but of course we're going to combine our like terms, which will help us get a better answer. So let's look at our next part. Okay. What we have now is we take it one more step. The let me pull this up a little bit. Sorry, there we go. The 4x squared and the 2x squared becomes 6x squared. Negative 28x, negative 10x, and negative 2x gives you negative 40x. And then you have your positive 10. Your denominator stays the same. Notice these have something in common, a 2. So we're going to factor out a 2. And we're left with 2 times 3x squared minus 20x plus 5. Because if I take a 2 out of the 6, I have 3x squared left. 2 out of the 40, I have negative 20x. And 2 out of the 10, and I have 5. The denominator stays the same. Do not multiply all this together. You just get a very long, ugly expression. Okay, so you try to factor out as much as you can. So, let's look at the next, let's go to the next video, and we'll learn how to subtract rational polynomials. They're done the same way, except we're subtracting.